saw was arcs. His first square dances were in his grandfather's front room as soon as he could walk, which was a long time ago, he said. He has called square dances around the U.S. and in England, Scotland, and Ireland, and currently calls nearly 50 dances a year in those arcs.
And this is the juke joint. A lot of good things happen here, so keep an eye on this. But we're here to talk about square dance and the role of the collar. Well, what is square dance? So it came from Europe. Oftentimes with educated people that were looking for some place where they could try this experiment, this political experiment called democracy, as well as their less well-off compatriots. It came from Ireland, with people fleeing the recurring famines. It came from Africa, but in a different way. It came with people who were kidnapped, hustled on ships under terrible conditions, brought over here to the West Indies and enslaved. And it came from the Native Americans, who greeted all these different waves of people with friendliness, and then were wiped out by viral diseases, which probably killed 90% of them, and then the rest of them we liked. An Irish set dance, 1970s. U.S. Virgin Islands, the island of St. Thomas, in this country from Africa. Benjamin Latrobe, now in New Orleans in 1819, accidentally stumbled upon an assembly of Negroes. They were formed into circular groups. In the first were two women dancing, hardly moving their feet or bodies. The music consisted of two drums and a stringed instrument, no doubt imported from Africa. And that was a reference to the banjo. Another gift from the African people that they brought with them to this country is the banjo. Perhaps at a slower pace. There were circle dances. And a lot like that old painting there was a dance general, oftentimes called, who sat in the center and played a drum and shouted out instructions to the dancers, giving them both a rhythm and the style of the dance. Then from 1809, they danced around a blazing fire, the leader singing and his followers keeping chorus. When a circle is complete, another is formed within it, and so on in continuation until it resembles the coils of a snake. Thomas Edison took some of these. Battle your partner corners all the way to the ropes across that hole. With your partner, you're going to swing. Swing and twirl, swing and twirl. Circle like a big ring. We're going to do that square dance. I told you wrong. Sing and song back to the ring. I think after 19 years, right, so let's start this thing. One foot's up and one foot's down. We need your ponies to go around. The collar did something else. That innovation of the collar, the African innovation of the collar, it enabled all these influences to come together and become something that was entirely new. The innovation of being able to have the dancers move with the collar and the music brought together all these influences into the modern square dance. However, not everyone was that happy about it. Francis Trollope, an English writer, remarked in 1829 that it has a ludicrous effect on European ears. In 1832, Shakespearean actress Fanny Kimball complained that the dancers in Philadelphia no longer bothered to learn the dance figures. We stood up to dance a couple of quadrilles, but as they had not one distinct idea of what the figures were, the whole was a mess of running about, explaining, jostling, and awkward blundering. Well, we still do that. Time. The doors have been locked. Nobody's leaving until they've done one dance. You can do more. Well, of course I'm joking. But I hope you will sing. And remember, the caller's job in a folk dance is to make sure the people have fun.